welcome to Repetition and Contrast. I'm Alan. Today I'm showing you this drawing exercise about drawing your name in one-point perspective. It's a really typical and traditional one-point perspective exercise done in many like drawing one at a university kind of classes, or probably done in some high school art programs. So if you've never done it, I encourage you to try it. It's pretty easy. May give you some confidence before we get to the next one-point perspective exercise, which will certainly be somewhat more difficult. So what's going on here is you can't see many of the marks that I'm making because I'm drawing with a really light pencil before I start going over those marks with ink. That's a very typical way to deal with commercial art, is to draw very lightly with some sort of H pencil. In my case, I think I was drawing with a 5H. And what I did was I used that ruler to block off 4 equal size squares that I'm drawing my letter forms in. My name is Alan, so it's A-L-A-N. And I just made a mistake there. I drew an extra mark that I meant to be the top of the L, but I wasn't paying close enough attention. And so I'm going to have to paint that out in a minute. You're watching this playback at 4 times speed, so I think that this entire exercise took me about 15 minutes. But we're gonna watch it in about 3 or 4 minutes, I think. Once I get these letters blocked in, I'm going to make lines that go back in space to a vanishing point in order to try to help you see this as a one-point perspective drawing. Hopefully you'll see what I mean in a moment. There I am whiting out my my mark I did not mean to make. I use Holbein Acrylic Gouache whenever I'm whiting out ink marks that I didn't mean to make. I have found it to be the most reliable way to deal with such issues. I also use the same Holbein titanium white acrylic gouache when I'm doing watercolor work. I read this book a while back. I'll probably talk about it at length whenever we start talking about watercolor, that discusses ways to make corrections in your watercolor and be a lot looser with your watercolor rather than having to pre-plan as much. And it uses the gouache as a mechanism for that, as a opaque medium, along with the transparent medium that is watercolor, in order to make that go a little bit better. So we'll be talking about that in a little bit. When I'm drawing my lines back in space, I tend to draw the ones that are highest first, and then I go down a level, and then I go down a level, to make sure that I'm not drawing anything that might interfere with anything else that I've got going on. I go down a level in order to make sure that my marks are set up to where they don't inadvertently overlap anywhere I don't mean for them to. And there you go. That is pretty much this exercise in a nutshell. We have this last easy one before next week, when it will get just a little bit harder.